time for some target practice. Real things coming soon. Enemies dropping into the AO. All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment. Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. Set a drop point for your squad, soldier. Way to keep it tight. Getting another chance. Make it count. Ready mid-caliber round. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch them, guys. Enemy squad's hunting you. Stay sharp. Stand by for redeployment. Enemy soldier incoming. Down to you, soldier. Stay sharp. Still active in the AO. You got reinforcements inbound.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
You're the last one standing, soldier. Survive until your squad can redeploy. You got gas moving in.
Oh. Oh.
We're headed to the war zone. Get geared up and stand by.
Is to destroy computers. It's everything.
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Sections, all these online, the red pill, the blue pill, the green pill, this person saying this person flashing their Bugatti, this person and people are chattering in none of it. You remember that. You remember your purpose. I want you to turn it.
Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster. Be advised, we've received a high priority contract. Objectives marked on your tac map. Gotta love a good entrance. Alright, let's move.
We should not shoot.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
But it's a man. And then I think to myself that I can also everything is born with the natural instinct, the motherboard, if you will, the filter. And he said,
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
What you said, except that his mother or father Jew question was rushed. Is it fair to say that nature and nurture is the first part of the nature, and then the second part is the nurture? It seems to be the case.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Your objective's simple. Eliminate all bounty targets.
Themselves and based on our entities. Let's see, open the door. Okay, so it's a gender identity, right? That being the case, naturally, these characteristics, then there's
Friendly mortar strike inbound.
Let's make
Hostile
sure.
Guardian is active.
Let's see it. Look, when it comes to all this, genders and
Time prevention. You're redeploying.
right? That's clear. That's clear from the contribution. Right. Now, what the West has constructed as a concept of gender, they've redefined it as
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
that's where a lot of the confusion comes from their side. They've made
gender to mean something, some sort of term that they're going to voice and a whole bunch of things and create and invent various different personas. So
You've got reinforcements inbound.
Firstly, difference is there a difference between sex and gender?
So I mean, again, it's not used to obviously there's not a difference.
Gas is closing in.
Literally, just maybe
Primary objective. All targets eliminated.
years. There's no difference. Male gender is men. Female sex is a woman. That's just the way it is. It's been this kind of binary understanding of gender, and that feeds into
Threats in the area.
marriage, institutions, roles in society, etc., etc. That's the way that societies have been organized for thousands and thousands of years. Yeah.
Society so before the Industrial Revolution, for example, at the mid or outside,
Stand by for redeployment.
outside, right? But when we were outside, it was predominantly inside. Like I say, it was known that made the disorders is the fact that it was known.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
So is that nature? I don't say
Kill confirmed, and we located the rest of them.
I need small caliber rounds.
male and female first established as two. It's social biological conversation and allowed it to be
Couple contracts out there have increased payouts. Get to them first to cash out.
There's certainly something. See, the thing is that the West is so they see nature as
Enemies dropping into the
they see
AO.
it as a result of millions of random mutations which were arbitrarily they got adapted and then just for survival. They don't see any moral value in the way things are biologically, for example.
Found it. Until who? The
As
sector's
well,
hot.
we recognize that there's certain things that are also naturally biological that we must resist against as well. And that's where your morality comes in. Just in general, they look to everything with an eye suspicion and not see. So for a Muslim, when we look at biology and the way people are naturally born, for example, then certainly there's something there that we see as, this is something that was created in this particular way. So there's the principle of fiqh about the idea of تغير خلق الله, that, are you changing the creation of Allah? And if
Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
We have a
Getting
loadout
another
drop.
chance. Make it count.
so there is something
You've got reinforcements inbound.
there's a reason that is behind it. So certainly the way that that's the other thing. We're talking about these forces that do the same thing.
You're losing ground. Move it. Your squad mate's redeploying. Well done. You've got reinforcements inbound. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Be advised, enemies deployed a buy station. All squad members are in the safe zone.
Right, so there is something that is sad. Because of the XY. Yeah, that question is doesn't say that question 9-11 exactly. It's it, right? The
Enemy
question is
movement.
present. And also looking at the
Enemy marked.
you would say men a poem right, that protect the boy. Women protect in a way that men don't protect. Like if a newborn baby, the way she protects her son or her, you think it's breastfeeding just like she's giving, but she's protecting
We are returning you to the front.
And that's
Earn this.
And I think it's conversation.
Enemy soldier incoming.
It takes what it takes.
Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted. High value contracts are in play. More risk, more reward.
So there's many different. So when it comes
Copy that.
to
Order strike inbound.
this is just not a simple saying salesperson. Culture living so it's like it's not existing vacuum, it exists within the culture. Parents as well, because it exists in specific cultural events.
No effect on target.
Based on the person, religious identity,
Resurgence window is ending. Watch your six. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Emotions is also going to be
Gas is inbound.
as you said, just because something exists in the world doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Hostile airstrike near your location. Thank you.
That people identifies masculine and feminine, they exist within a culture.
Fire sale done. Prices are back to normal.
Strike. Find cover.
Disagree.
Only 25 remain.
Maybe conscientious,
Valiant up. Keep your head up. Return to base for debrief. Resurgence has been deactivated. This is the end game.
We're all given various different attributes of all these different concepts. You could have a man that's very passionate and very easily able to love other people. They're absolutely lovely men to be around. Doesn't make them less of a man or anything like this. Because the point is, I think we need to move beyond this concept of necessarily the masculine and feminine, and look more towards the responsibilities for the man and for the woman. Because masculinity and femininity in this area, you know, there's genes, there's hormones, there's biology, there's all these things that will create this variance, which is the reason, the hikmah, why Allah has created duality in this world and why there's different roles that people fulfill. And for a man who's classically more masculine, their roles will be easier for them to fulfill because they're naturally like that. Whereas a man who may have more feminine characteristics, then those responsibilities might be a bit more difficult, but doesn't make him less of a man. In fact, perhaps even more, because they have to go against their nature to be more courageous, to be more assertive, for example. I just want to give one example to understand this idea. I think hijab is a good example of this. So when it comes to modesty, modesty is something that is expected. And therefore the responsibility for modesty is higher than for the men. And same thing with the shahwa as well. That generally speaking, men will have more shahwa. And so these are you see some variance in terms of the ahkam sharia when it comes to gender in this regard. So the same thing can be understood when you're speaking about things like you talked about protect and provide, for example. It's not to say that women are not protecting and in some cases providing as well. I mean, we all know of many scenarios in this regard historically and also contemporaneously, which is obviously increasing as well, double income families. So it's that both are doing it. Both are providing in some sense. You know, kullukum ra'in, the Prophet said you are all shepherds.
Real things coming soon.
Yes, and it was including both the men and the women. But the Prophet explains for the man, so if you look at leadership, for example, so for the woman, she has her own responsibility in her flock. The man does as well. But just like hijab, it's now flipped. who has the greater responsibility when it comes to protecting and providing? It's the man.
And this is some of the wisdom by when Allah says, وَلِلْرِجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةٌ. And for them, for the men, upon them, and the them here is the feminine, upon women is one level. And that level is a level of responsibility. It's not like, a lot of times it's misunderstood. It's like, the men get less, responsibility, which means get responsibility.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Target down.
Universally, generally the same. And what's beautiful as well is like Allah, is it a Sharia in Islam?
All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Natural characteristics, like you mentioned hijab, and you mentioned honesty, you mentioned everything you're talking to us, it's beautiful. It's interesting that it's interesting as we're going to
Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets and bring them back fast. Set a drop point for your squad, soldier.
Enemy visual.
Sexualized. Teenage girls. There's this recently invited implementing something.
Time prevention. You're redeploying.
This is here.
Movement.
Your squad mates redeploying. Well done. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Online.
Kill confirmed. You located the rest of them.
She's like, what's your name? She's like,
You've got reinforcements inbound. Enemy soldier incoming. Shield upgrade here.
Friendly mosquito active. Enemy deployed a counter UAV. Requesting close air. Target marked. Hostile airstrike near your location.
Longbow 3-1. Target acquired. Strike inbound. Got gas moving in.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Your squad made it to the safe zone. Lock down.
Target's
Marking
down.
the rest of them. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
Ha! Takes more than that to put me down.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. You got a loadout drop inbound. Find cover. XP multiplier deployed. You've got reinforcements inbound.
Throwing flash grenade. I won't let you die here. Flash out. Taking effective fire. Shit. Threats in the area.
North attack got movement. Disregard that.
No parents around, no teachers around. You're gonna go out for 5 minutes over to the hall.
You're back on station. Go get after it.
You're not seeing it. So,
Taking effective fire.
Gas is closing in.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Squad mates redeployed. Well done. Squad's outside the safe zone. Stand by for redeployment. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Mark the remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Don't worry. I'll get you up.
Got movement. Requesting recon flyover.
Armor here. We got an armor box here.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
Friendly mortar strike on the way.
So, they feel that they should be now, what's interesting here is that it's not only Western front, just because non-Muslim parents may still have those apprehensions for the first American child that's been now, they don't want them to
You're losing
jeopardize
ground. Move it.
civil rights.
said, it's shrinking numbers. Expanding the Masajid and the Muslims and our families should expand confidence
Not that easy.
of the Muslim, young Muslim
Don't shoot me.
Once the biology back to the side of technology, it's not
Throwing flash grenade.
this society is all
Deactivated. This is the end game.
so there's certain things that maybe are nature.
Weapons out there.
Keep your eyes up for prize contracts.
Less than reaching its full potential. If there's clear upside that's coming out of it, that's when the knowledge has to overcome the society. And we need to create space because, as I said, never exists. What it means is that if the culture is turning
Gas is inbound.
something else, what it means is we need to transfer that incubator, that culture that the fitna is going into, and place the fitna.
Get to the safe zone.
This is the idea of creating spaces for young men to develop within the masajid, within our religious, groups, so that it allows them to develop traits that are consistent
Enemy soldier
with
incoming.
their Islamic responsibilities as a man. Very sweeping statements of generalization. Every individual is different. And also, there's going to be exceptions to the general rule. There are going to be men generally as getting the names. To themselves. Those needs to be enhanced as well. And we have to look at this man. It's not just one little circle. There's a image, there's a whole forest, there's a beautiful landscape of men that
We
are
have active field upgrade
based
here.
on the confidence, so that this courageous boldness of what Allah has given them.
Gas is moving.
There's no one in the shy.
Found some armor here.
He was the third Khalifa of Islam.
That gym might be
And he
closed.
held on to harmony at a time where, like, the strike that would have taken those 6 years, 12 years Khalifa, they say 6 years. That's really not 6 years. It's really 6 years to shut each other. And their shyness was there, yes, but the nature of it was cherished. So much. It led to so much time. And this is because this is the mistake that many of us make, which is like we turn Sudan into a particular based on societal understanding of massive development.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
It's scary time. Which is alhamdulillah, then you got your Khalid bin Walid to the language.
High-value contracts are in play. More risk, more reward. The safe zone is far from your location. Get moving. Pronto.
Fire.
Spectrum, I just say that there's no sport to the landscape. It's not big. That's exactly what it is.
You're almost done here. Less than 10, we're still standing. The enemy took that one, but we'll get them back.
Etc. But they're all doing it in their ways. In their ways. It doesn't make anyone less of a Muslim man. Certainly some may be more quote-unquote masculine, but that's just a personality temperament. That's the way a person is. That's the inbuilt kind of level of testosterone they may have. Now, I understand that there's variations and it's malleable, it can go up and down.
Right.
But generally speaking, you have people who, mashallah, have naturally a deep voice.
Right.
Naturally have, the features of high testosterone with the cheeks and the square face. And if they go to the gym, mashallah, they bulk up very easy versus the person who go to the gym, the skiing for like however long, doesn't matter. They just don't have that same level of the hormonal kind of landscape or the physiological genetics to be able to build as much. So there is the spectrum there within there, but the idea is how do you grow the confidence, the assertiveness, etc., within the Muslim man, the young Muslim man, so that they're able to achieve their full potential.
You know what's beautiful? I mean, even the one that may have the jawline and may have the deep voice, and people look at him and say, "Whoa, if anything goes down, I'm ready right."
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's that's if he was to
Check your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly.
Masculinity is the idea of manhood and the ideal, then yes, this is misplaced energy.
All stations, green light. We are deploying to the war zone.
I'm using it differently. They're using their masculinity for their own ego. So they become tyrants.
So it's interesting, like, distinction between masculinity. Is there a distinction?
There can be a distinction in the sense that it all depends on the history. Some people equate that with us, some people equate it with us. There's certainly conceptual differences.
Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster. Grab one of your squad, let them in.
Strength is much more than it was strength. It's the individual's to intimidate people, self-impress. And strength. It's actually
Way to keep it tight. Supply box UAV is inbound. Attack map to hunt down the rest.
Enemy in the area. On one side of me.
Someone like machine. If you're using it for your ego,
Resurging. Go get your revenge. Enemy deployed a counter UAV. Enemies dropping into the AO. Hostile mosquito is online.
But that doesn't make you a true man. It makes you a weak man. It's an incredible fertile, within the fertile soil. You're asking and it grows into this forwards, of your character. That's what you should be seeing. But if you neglect it, it's going to shrivel and die, and it's going to come down, and that's where you get weakness. And so masculinity itself is virtue. It's not a problem. And it has not yet become good until you've chosen to champion masculinity into those. Okay, so
Enemy soldier incoming. Looks like this intel reveals the location of the next gas spread. Get it to the designated uplink station for decryption. Hurry up.
You know what? No rights of passage. You know, like this, the signs of man. The only thing that I can investigate is signs itself and I think rights of passage. In the fabric of Christianity. So that goes with the next question. I think it's certain.
Alright, your squad's in the safe zone. You've got reinforcements inbound.
Nothing mine.
It's interesting. So it's interesting. They're asking us. Move. Rights of passage, which is universal.
Custom weapon here.
Any
انتبهوا السكة كانسل ذات.
There are universal concepts.
Assault rifle marked.
Culture, whether it's going in a forest and seeing a chicken head off of an antelope and having it, whether it's putting your hand in a bed of fire
Self-revive kit here.
Recon contract marked.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
What that shows is in those situations, put yourself in risk, fear of your life, and
Counter UAV online. They're blind.
Solid copy. Counter UAV running signal interference.
look at you in a particular area. If there's going to be another group of men that come, it's about resources.
Recon flyover.
So,
Recon drones are on patrol. Check your tag map and stay out of range. Contractors out there have increased payouts. Get to them first to cash out. Surveillance drones heading your way. Get moving.
even sports.
Intel transfer is no longer possible. Surveillance is canyon. Your location is exposed. Counter UAV
Movement.
Surveillance is coming back around. Steer clear.
One dead.
Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting.
Movement.
You're in the path of incoming patrols. Get out of there, soldier.
The rites of passage is such a interesting concept. I think that also in also and understanding Sharia things that communicate to
There's an enemy squad gunning for you.
There's spiritual rites and passages.
25 are left. Stay sharp out there.
A person has to learn. Yes, purification and also that needs to be made. When a person reaches the age of puberty, they need to learn how to clean and purify themselves. They have to learn how to pray, and they need to pray.
Getting another chance. Make it count. Contract failed. Objective lost.
We have a loadout around here.
And so, and then it's interesting because in marriage, as I said, if a man comes to honor us, indeed, a little bit
All squad members are in the safe zone.
there's going to be facade on this earth. Well, it tells me that there's a rite of passage.
Squad mates redeploying. Well done.
And it's the purification aspect. So, as you said, the other cultural forms of rites of passage are about indicating a person's ability
Squad mates back on station. Good work.
and to bring in resources. It's material, it's financial, it's kind of a negative
Out
way.
here. We got an armor box here.
It's a team aspect. It's almost as if
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
there's a team. This is a rite of passage that a woman or someone would like to see and say, this person can be a man, right? Because there's control.
Get ready. You're redeploying. Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted. Keep your eyes up for prize contracts. You'll earn more buck for your bang. Squad mates redeploying. Well done. Enemies dropping into the AO.
To take account to yourself, not feel so insecure that you think that can be nothing wrong with you, and when anyone criticizes you, give feedback instead of engaging in you engage in this kind of ego bullshit, and that's what's going to
Get ready. Resurgence window's about to close.
table in terms of the rites of passage, the spiritual dimension of, and how this is something that's really important for our children, because the Prophet ﷺ mentioned this about how you introduce Salah to your children. That is the rite of passage when you can start praying 5 times a day. And certainly when it indicates that everybody else around this person has a control of the house. And that's what true masculinity, true manhood, I should say, is what's really about.
Gas is Gas inbound.
resources, protectiveness, and that sort of thing. That's it's really that. And then of course, space.
You've got reinforcements inbound.
Each launch, how you develop.
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Able to take on those responsibilities. That's that's just space. That's something that we should be doing.
Pressing recon,
Fire
flyover.
sales done. Prices are back to normal.
To they need certain strengths, talents, skills, maybe even adjustments to
Loadout drop headed your way.
cultures, this something of a whatever the scouts, right? These sorts of things, essentially certain skills. There's certainly lots of room in various cultures throughout the ministry, as you've identified, to give them that other element. But the Islamic aspect is the spiritual.
No, and it's definitely that should be the guiding
No more
light
second
throughout all
chances.
interactions and manifestations that's why I'm a really big fan of sports, and particularly particularly individual, because the individual combat gives me
We are returning you to the front.
and
Earn this.
keep going and fear is
Heads up! Jailbreak is active. Gas is closing in.
and then you see the mom of she was so stressed.
Get your squad to the safe zone. No one is left behind.
Target's down.
Enemy soldier incoming.
That's what elements, yes.
Yeah, we do that in personal action if we have to, obviously with your nafs. And so it's for young
I'm on your side.
SubhanAllah, confidence, security, physicality. There's something there, there's a reason why it's an ancient sport, right? You look at children, how they play. They mess with each other. I mean, it's something you see the animal kingdom as well. What do they do? Chase. It is definitely something that
Taking effective fire. On the target.
Starting to see this return to combat sports, which is so important. It teaches you so much.
And that's why
Gas is moving.
that's sports, particularly in general sports. You talk about best
Bro,
Taking fire!
physical exertion and connection, psychological brain.
Look!
Only 10 left. You were 1 of 10 remaining. Not bad. It's a valiant effort. Keep your head up. Return to base for debrief.
After that loss, you trained 9 months for the Usain Bolt. You trained 9 months for 9 seconds. You train so long and you lose.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like looking at you like, you're a loser anyway, or, after the game is over, everybody's giving that, this person doesn't want to, walks away. It's not what it means to be a bad sport, and tie that to the other.
Yeah. And the thing is with sports as well, it's different. In the intellectual landscape, they always say the stereotype in academia, everyone's air. I mean, room for this. Qiwama. Idea that they're praying. And that's why the khutbatul nikah, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah. That's the first advice that's given and heard is taqwa. A person who's not God-fearing, a person who doesn't have the discipline to pray, to purify themselves, that idea of self-accountability, muhasaba. There's the physical tahara, but the spiritual tahara as well. That a man has to engage in this. That's what muru'a is, and that's what fatuwa is. That you have to have this ability to be self-accountable, to be responsible to yourself, to take account to yourself, not feel so insecure that you think there can be nothing wrong with you, and if anyone criticizes or gives you feedback, instead of engaging in tahara, you engage in this kind of ego protection, and that turns you into a weak man.
Check your
And so
weapons,
this
check your
aspect
gear.
of
We're
what
holding for
Islam
deployment.
adds to the table in terms of the rites of passage, spiritual dimension of, and perhaps this is something that's really important for our children, because the Prophet ﷺ even mentioned this about how do you introduce Salah to your children. That itself is the rite of passage as well. When are you going to start praying 5 times a day? That's going to indicate to everybody else around that this person has a control over their nafs. That's what true masculinity, or true manhood, I should say, is really about. Now, the other aspects, the resources and protectiveness and that sort of thing, that's really important. Why? Because we don't think as well. Whose responsibility is that? It's for the man. And then, of course, there's space now within the Sharia. Each culture, how do you develop a person that's able to take on those responsibilities? That's ibadah, and that's religiously a space, and that's something that we should
All
do
stations, we are green to
ensure
go.
that
Stand
we're
by
able
for deployment.
to be qawwam, to have this qiwama. They need certain strengths, talents, skills, maybe even adjustments to their personalities and what's there, so that they're able to do this. So that element there's room for this, even within the American Muslim culture or something like this, something of a, whatever it may be that can, in North America, the scouts, right? These sorts of things teaches them certain skills.
Stay alive to keep your squad in
There's
the fight.
certainly lots of room in various cultures throughout human history, as you've identified, to give them that other element. But the Islamic aspect is the spiritual.
No, and it's definitely, that should be the guiding light throughout all of these social interactions and manifestations. And that's really big responsibility. Yes, it's really individual combat.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
And to get back up and fear us. There's a physical response. There's nothing like getting sent every mom. We went to a boxing gym and then, this, our favorite boxing. A whole bunch of 15, 16, 17-year-olds at stressed.
Stand by for redeployment.
So that's physical focus.
So it's for young men. Teaches these guys,
Guys, kill confirmed and we located the rest of them.
security. So it's not ideation. They go with that. They feel that physicality. There's something there. There's a reason why, it's conscious. Right? Children, they play with each other. It's something you see that in your kingdom as well. Chasing. So what do you think to me? It's definitely something that is emotional. I think that you're starting to see this trend across many cities and
Good kill.
starting to see this
Marking the rest
return
of that
to
squad on your tac map.
sports. Which is so
Squad mates
important
back on
because it
station.
teaches so much of
Good work.
That's sports.
It is.
Because that physical exertion is a connection psychologically in your brain. And also, they're able to say because when you
Hostiles
face
deploy the mosquito.
in front of people, you have to go through a mental process. There has to be a level of motivating yourself to get back up and do it.
You're losing ground. Move it. You're back on station. Go get after it.
After that loss, I trained 9 months. I think it's Usain Bolt. I trained 9 months for 9 seconds. So that's true. I trained so long that you move so. And then everybody's like looking at you like, you were a loser anyway. Or the game is over. Everybody's like, yeah.
You've got reinforcements inbound.
Yes, sir. It's me. That's what that's it.
Yeah. The people's experience as well. It's different in the intellectual.
All right, your squad's in the safe zone.
Everyone's arrogant.
Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
You don't have those, but generally speaking, people are not respectful. Because people, in the academy, everyone's trying to say I'm smarter than that person. I can tell which paper is better than the other. You can't tell. But it's sport. That's sport. It's their thing.
Hostile mosquito is online.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
So makes people weak as well. Because they're not able to live with that aspect of I hope sometimes.
Let's try this the easy way.
That's what I was humbled yesterday.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
That guy's a Bismillah.
Squad mates redeploying. Well done. Enemy destroyed. Use your TAC map to hunt down the rest of them.
It's the same thing. You trade seasons.
Couple contracts out there have increased payouts. Get to them first and cash out.
It's like 19 years ago.
Enemy soldier incoming. Down to you, soldier. Stay sharp. You got reinforcements inbound. Good kill. The rest of that squad on your TAC map. Get hunted. Kill confirmed, and we located the rest of them. There are 24 enemies active. Kill them all.
See the difference in, they don't like people who have that sports background, just dealing with it in general. You see the ability to be able to, emotional stability, security, you see that.
Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
Value
That's what I'm trying to bring life to, especially with Muslim families. But you'll find that worst he needs to know what it's like to lose. He needs
Friendly Guardian is active.
all let's say being and lose. There's something so that is a huge opportunity for you to come close to in a dare I say that is a huge part of it, man.
Time for vengeance. You're redeploying.
Now, within the culture of
All squad members are in the safe zone.
it's important for the young man to have that spiritual element to know what's happening. Because the young man wants you to set up the basketball, so sure.
You got reinforcements inbound.
100%. A young man, and he's in an environment where there's a lot of black. Just say basketball.
Give an ammo box here.
Our Guardians lost power.
And if they win and he dunks, how many girls are going to come to him? And they don't want to be his wife now. You understand me?
Squad mates redeploying. Well
Know how
done.
to navigate through that.
Yeah, the wins is not just a failure, it's success in being in that.
Because you're projecting that for something greater than what's in front of you. The fact that you project
It is not yet my time.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. High value contracts are in play. More risk, more reward.
It's like
Moving this way.
so for the Muslim, that's what I'm saying. Mention it with their parents.
Resurgence window is ending. Watch your six.
Standard that government guidance. So we don't want you to get stuff. At the end of the day, comes real. That you tell 18 to 25 suffering on understanding what a man is.
Gas is closing in. We are returning you to the front. Earn this.
The answer for that in regards to who I am as a man. For me, it's flying goes into
You made it to the top 10.
they do in college. What do we tell them?
Fire sale's over. Adjusting prices.
Ready to give you another name? English.
Yeah, back on one thing.
Here. Death is how do you know? It's the destroyer of pleasures. Death puts everything into perspective. All these discussions, all these arguments,
Get ready. You're redeploying. Be advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps.
you remember your purpose. That will be your North Star to finding who you are as a Muslim. And you can never lose sight of that.
Got movement.
That's the inner soul. That's why the Muslim men of the past, that's why they were able to act. That's why they had the courage to be able to act. That's why they did such a good thing. Their mentality was so
Enemy soldier incoming. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
North and Talk moving here.
Gas is moving. All squad members are in the safe zone.
Trying to understand all these different things.
Resurgence has been deactivated. This is the end game. Only 10 left. Failure ain't fatal. It's just an opportunity to do better.
Literally just relax and just spend time in there. It will put everything into perspective. Take time out if there's someone there that's listening. Like at this point in time, it might be 2, 3 in the morning or whatever, midnight, and they're thinking about whatever it is. There's a reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had you click this particular video and you listen to this particular point in time. Just 10 minutes. And just think about death, that day that you are going to die. And when the soul is extracted, the angels are going to be calling you by different names. What names do they want? Do you want them to be calling you by? That's what you should be concerned with.
Yeah, and ending on that note, man, I mean, death is something that we will all face. And it's fitri to be afraid of it and to always be curious about when it's going to happen. But then ultimately to ask, what am I doing in preparation for it? As Prophet ﷺ mentioned to the man when he asked, when is the Sa'ah? When is the hour? Doctors are here, man. It's an honor, man. It's a pleasure. And inshallah, I hope we have more of these, inshallah, really talking about this particular subject matter, amongst many other subject matters that I want to talk to you about. But alhamdulillah, understanding the merger, the connection between the biological and social of what really is a man, I think is sufficiently, we're able to answer those questions. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless our shabab and to guide them and to make them the means of guidance in regards to what manhood is and how this should
It's been an absolute pleasure and honor as well to be able to discuss with you these ideas, mashallah. We've always been going back and forth. And being able to do this in this format has been incredible. Allah bless you, increase you, preserve you. And I do want to let the audience know as well about your Masterman program, because that's what we've been talking about really. That what's the website?
If you go to school, SKOL, Masterman, and look up Masterman. It's like an online for brotherhood to learn.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Prep time's over. Now you can.
And also yourself, man. You have one of the best papers, in my humble opinion. Your team on the spiritual personalities. Inshallah, many beautiful papers that you have in your team. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase you and bless you in that effort. Inshallah.
Barakallah feek.
Barakallah feek.
Assalamu alaikum.
Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. High priority contract is available. Attack map for objective location. Gotta love a good entrance.
Myself,
Alright, let's move.
caretaker of the orphan, would be in paradise. We lost 2 fingers together. You're stepping out to see shirts. It could be any of yours.
Goddamn beautiful. Fuck that landing. Supply box UAV is on the way. You got reinforcements inbound.
Be in paradise like this and held.
Dropping into the AO. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Go get hunting. Located the rest of them.
Would like to spare me the heartache that my son and my daughter. Parents are complaining of the factor of their children. They're complaining of the cold stares given to them by their children. Complaining of young men and women who see household duties as an obligation that they want to avert at any cost. They see children who walk around with this awful,
Enemy soldier incoming.
sense of entitlement,
Squad mates back on station.
walking around the house and posturing as though the world owes them something. Sense of entitlement. And what is amazing is that all of those parents will say the same. This should have been possible a decade ago. It has changed. No doubt the Prophet ﷺ has spoken the truth, and no doubt we are seeing this prophecy, at least in part, unfolding before our very eyes. And what is even more remarkable is that you will find some so-called practicing young men and women who will avoid al-kabair, the major sins. I had my doings and I've got my slip-ups, but major sins, no, I keep well away from alcohol. I'll never put it to my mouth. I'll never set it by a critical. This is a major sin. Right? Not at all. I know some people will deal with it. I'll never go near that stuff. This is kabira. This is a major sin. Zina, fornication, God forbid. I mean, my eyes wander a little bit from time to time, but to go the full length, no, why? This is a kabira. It's a major sin. Interest, riba, a'udhu billah, I wouldn't go near it. It's a major sin. Yet the same Muslim may have no problem carrying out the most major of them.
Resurging. Go get your revenge.
Bukhari, a Muslim narrator from the authorities, Abu
mates redeploying. Well
the
done.
Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said,
Enemies dropping into the AO.
shall I not tell you of the most major of the majors? And they said, yes, what Messenger of Allah? And he gives them he said, that you shall not do that. He said to associate with Allah. This is of all things. You don't see that Allah. To associate a partner with Allah. Like he said, number 2, we found to let you pass.
Loadout drop headed your
How can it be
way.
therefore that I avoid every other sin here? This is the most major of them all. I have no problem in raising my voice over the voice of my parents, yet in the evening I convince myself that somehow I am a practicing Muslim. You are upon the most major of all that brings about the consequence in the life of this world before they act. Meaning, there are certain sins
Your squad
that
mates back
Allah
on
Almighty,
station. Good work.
through His mercy, through His patience, through His forbearance, the punishment of which
Marking the rest
for the
of them.
hereafter. He will not bring about the punishment for it in the life of this world. It may be deferred to the day of judgment if somebody does not apologize to Allah. There are, however, another category of sins that Allah
Enemies are
Almighty
dropping
simply
into
does
the
not
area.
tolerate.
Watch the skies.
And the consequence of them must come to a person in the life of this world. You have to be on your life, on your health, on your money, on your children, on your home, in your mental well-being. You have to see the consequence in the life of this world before the hereafter. It won't be deferred. And that is why I'm taking away from the authority of Anas. that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Babani mu'ajjalani."
Go get after it. We got reinforcements inbound.
He said that there are two things, the punishment of which will be hurried in the life of this world before the hereafter. The first is that oppression, tyranny. Allah Almighty has to bring retribution in dunya. And this is good news for us, no doubt, inshallah, in Palestine.
Time for vengeance. You're redeploying.
There in Gaza. And in the entire region, it seems, this
You got gas moving in.
It goes against the sunnah, the way of Allah.
Your squad mates redeploying. Well done.
And that is one of the two.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
All right, your squad's in the safe zone. Enemy soldier incoming. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Reinforcements inbound.
Take note of the date, take note of the place, take note of the event. There will be a time when you are changing the ways of those over years, and you will remember that it is a gift of God.
Squad mates redeploying. Well done.
I remember,
Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted. Keep your eyes up for prize contracts. You'll earn more bucks for your bang.
longitudinal study of youth. And they did a study of young men and women who were disrespectful to their parents as opposed to children who were respectful to their parents, and they observed their life successes. SubhanAllah. And they found that the children who were respectful to their mother and father, or the children who were disrespectful to their mother and father, were more likely to grow up to be depressed, anxious, 3 times more likely to be obese, more fragile, less healthy, less free. What is this? Jahannam? The life of this world. These are secular stuff. Let's compare to respectful children. So 2 things Allah Almighty will carry the punishment of them in the life of this world. They eat an estimate 6 days before tomorrow. Oppression, losing hard to and I remember one of our contemporary scholars who shares a phenomenal story that he himself experienced in the streets of Egypt. He himself is Egypt. And he said one day when I was walking through the streets of Cairo,
The real gift can't be wrapped up. Real gift.
I came across a crowd, a huge crowd, and they had surrounded a young man. And it's like they wanted to feed him.
Get ready. You're
On the
redeploying.
other side of the crowd was an old-looking man with his hands on his face. He was eating his eyes out. So Sheikh comes and he takes the crowd. He says, "What's going on?" They said, "Sheikh, can you believe it?"
Be advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is for
His
keeps.
dad across the face. I'm going to teach him a lesson.
Supply crates are restocked. Advise you load up now.
Something like this. Where we come from, no, that doesn't work. And I assume that's most of the cultures here.
Drop into the area. Watch the skies.
We will deal with it. And in the crowd, he said, one of the young men from the crowd, he said, "Sheikh, you know what is strange about this? Is that the moment we became Christian man who would like to feed him, it was his dad who came and pushed us away and said, no, no, no." Dad said, Don't hit him.
Gas is closing in.
And this is a debt that I am paying back to Allah Almighty. Because when I was a young man,
Be
I slapped
advised,
my
you
dad
still have squad mates outside the
across
safe
his
zone.
face in this exact spot.
Mark the target.
No, it's another problem. Go and kiss their hands. Go and kiss their feet. Plead for their forgiveness.
You're being tracked
And
by
now
an
your
enemy
fortunes
squad.
change.
Evade
Allah
and
Almighty's
survive.
willing to change. Just have to be this as an outcome. And similarly, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, we will conclude with this hadith before we now start listing our ways towards our mother and father. Our mother Aisha narrates that the Prophet ﷺ said, "Dakhaltu Jannah, I once entered paradise." Allah Almighty knows what it was. Perhaps this was during his dream, or it could have been during the night journey. He said, "I entered Jannah." فَسَمِعْتُ قِرَاءَةً, I heard the sound of Quran being recited in Jannah. Allahu Akbar. فَأَقُلْتُ مَنْ هَذَا, I said, who is this reciting Quran? They said, Al-Haritha ibn al-Nu'man. It is Al-Haritha ibn
Gas is
al-Nu'man.
moving.
So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, كَذَاكُمُ الْبِرْ
Safe zone's a
كَذَاكُمُ
ways out.
الْبِرْ.
You
This
need to
is
get
the
moving.
outcome of equal to your parents. That is the outcome to your parents. Sent him to Jannah, reciting Quran. It was his So with this short introduction, no doubt you can never give mom and dad their due justice in terms of praising them and speaking about them and being so. And moving on with this short introduction, we now speak about our ways towards our mother. What is it that is required of you and I
need medical.
whether they are alive or whether they have passed away? I know some of you here have experienced
You're losing ground. Move it.
You will not be excluded. Let us begin with 4 ways or 4 manners towards our mother and father if they are still with us and this door to Jannah is still open. And we speak about time, inshallah ta'ala, for those who have experienced the demise in either one of their parents or both. Our ways towards our